special guest in here. Honored to have Jim Parsons, who plays Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. And when we first heard, he was on the Letterman or Leno show, and he said that he was a big fan of the show. And our first thoughts were, why? And then, we realized that you watch this show, and you, I mean, put it into words here, Jim. You join us in the man cave in New York, and, you're in the back row next to Fritzy and McLovin.
This is like, you know how you can buy your way into spring training? This is like that.
So this is your fantasy camp here?
This is my fantasy camp. That's what it's called. Thank you.
How's it feel to be next to McLovin and Fritzy there, having watched the show?
This is interesting. I thought more important things would be going on this computer than on I don't mean that as an offense, but this is like, I do more than this at home. I don't know what he's doing, however.
Fritzy? Yeah.
This is not going to happen. You're safe.
Yeah, Fritzy, you got to turn your computer. Jim should not be subjected to
Seton has way too many knobs. And you seem very in control of a lot of things.
Paulie?
Yeah.
I try to seem that way. I try to appear that way, Jim.
I like the fact that McLovin has nothing on his computer.
Well, we're tweeting.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, Jim wanted to be a Danette for a day, and I said, sure. And then he said, what do I do? And I said, you don't have to do anything. You can be a Danette for a day. So when did you start watching the show?
Probably about a year and a half ago now.
And just you're getting ready to shoot The Big Bang in theory?
Yeah, you air 6 to 9 in L.A., and so I'm normally getting ready and maybe on the treadmill or whatever at home. And I think I told you this, but I used to watch First Take.
Yeah.
And it was during the Tebow mania that I was like, I've got to find something new.
Yeah.
And I ended up here.
So we get people because they get tired of First Take.
Well, I don't mean to disparage them or make light of my affection for the show.
Okay.
It's not just because I was running from something.
Okay. You're going to work. Okay.
I've begun. I typed.
Okay. Can you do a best and worst of the weekend in about 15 minutes from now?
I can do it whenever you want.
Okay. All right. So we'll have our best and worst of the weekend. More of your phone calls coming up. And Tiki Barber, former Giants running back, starting his comeback in broadcasting. He'll join us coming up next hour. A couple of things that happened yesterday. McLovin. Shh.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right. Keep it down over there.
He won't stop talking about how great the Texans are, by the way.
That's
huge
not
Texans
true.
fan.
Oh, well, I am, but that's not true.
Okay, let's not start this, okay? Obviously, friction, you feel like somehow your character... Okay, Jim, do you think Sheldon in any way embodies McLovin or vice versa?
Yeah, I do think there's some overlap there.
He gets very sensitive, though. Like, this bothers him. Like he thinks
this would bother Sheldon immensely.
he feels like you've stolen from him.
And Sheldon would feel the same.
Okay, all right.
But I'm not here to steal.
Okay. But the writers could be stealing something for your character.
From him?
Yes.
I can't speak to that.
Okay. There could be lawsuits
I'm
involved.
under contract.
Okay. All right. Do we have a poll question, McLovin?
Why'd you ask Jim Parsons?
Okay. Jim, do we have a poll question?
No, I guess we don't.
Okay. You fit in well, Jim. Yeah. I didn't have Jim come up with a poll question
Thank you.
here.
I mean, I could, but I do need some warning. This is insane.
Okay.
We have lots of great nominees that I will go over later via Twitter in the locker room.
Okay.
Isn't that what the early morning meeting's for?
Yes, it is. Well, there's a shot. There's a shot.
I'm sorry.
Jim, has Sheldon ever gotten in a fight on The Big Bang Theory?
Yes, actually.
Like, not mentally.
No, I know. No, more physical.
Really?
I mean, kind of more like that or whatever.
Like dog
I don't really remember the exact moves involved, but I promise it wasn't like a punch in the face.
What may happen?
No haymakers.
Okay. I don't know if McLovin, will fight like that, but I just hope it doesn't escalate.
You don't want this to break out.
I don't. Well, no, okay. I would. I mean, it'd be good TV, but
I don't want to get any more lint on his sweater or anything.
I know. McLovin goes, I have all this lint on my sweater. Do you think he's going to notice? I said, I don't think so.
Get a roller.
Okay. What you have a poll question for us?
Yeah, we got a lot of great nominees. You want to go over some of them now?
Sure.
Or later?
Why not? It'd been nice if we did this a couple hours ago, but sure, why not?
Okay. Would you rather add 2 regular season games or expand the playoffs?
Okay.
In the NFL.
Okay.
Who would you take now, knowing what you know? Andrew Luck, RG3, or Russell Wilson?
Yeah,
and is that a valid 3-person poll?
Okay.
As a man, have you started or finished your Christmas shopping yet?
Okay, what if it's a woman? That would be answering the question.
I think it's pointing out that men are terrible at Christmas shopping.
Oh, okay. Well, some women aren't very good either. But, okay, you're going to make it sexist. All right, what else you have?
Bigger statement game, Falcons win or the 49ers win?
I hate when we say these statement games. All right, so what was that? The Falcons beating the Giants or the Niners beating the Patriots, a statement game? But we every week we have a statement game, and then it changes the next week. So its statement changes week to week here.
Okay, here's a good one. If Adrian Peterson does not win the MVP, will any player other than a quarterback ever win it again?
Well, that's forever's a long time there.
Let's say 10 years.
Okay. Is that all we have? Are those the good ones?
Oh, boy.
Okay. Fritzy, you have mock headlines too? Yes, Eaton, what's the problem?
Some people on the Twitter are saying a poll question should be who would win in a pickup basketball game, the Big Bang guys or the Danettes?
Are there any athletes on the Big Bang Theory?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
I mean,
Is Kaylee, is she the best athlete?
The most athletic
that's
of all of us.
That's what I thought.
She was a tennis pro.
Oh, she was?
Oh, I don't know if that's the right word for it. She was a professional tennis player. I think a tennis pro is something different, actually. But she was. And Kunal's the best basketball player. He's the only one that plays basketball, so he's the best one.
How about a fight between McLovin and Jim Parsons? Who would win?
He's bigger than me.
That doesn't mean anything.
He's surprising. Oh, you're right. It doesn't mean anything, but I was a little surprised. I was just taken
really?
aback. Yeah, he's slighter on TV.
Oh, well, but you get this. When people see you, they think you're taller in person?
They do. I can't remember. They always think I'm something that I'm not. But I work with, everybody I work with is like 5'5" and below. And I'm 6'2".
All the actors are short, aren't they?
Except for me, yeah. And
why is that?
Jeff Goldblum or something. I don't know. It must have something to do with the camera.
Oh, I just thought that they weren't good at anything else, so they became actors. Like, you're smart, but you're short, so be an actor, musician.
I can't argue that.
Okay, I was just curious. But I do these movie shoots, and they're all
short.
Yeah, they're all short. Yeah. David Spade and Chris Rock and Sandler.
Yeah.
And
how tall are you?
6'3".
You're 6'3".
Yeah. So if I was on The Big Bang Theory and I walked on the set,
you'd be the tallest one there?
I'd be like Gulliver.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd be Gulliver's helper.
No, you didn't invite me on The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, you know what I forgot?
You forgot to invite me.
Well, yes, but in addition to that, I left a gift at home. I got y'all a signed script as our 100th episode. It was very special. And I left it in L.A., so I'll mail it to Connecticut. Awesome. Yeah. It's not very exciting.
You didn't answer the question, though.
Are you going to be on The Big Bang?
Well, this is a 3-hour show I'm letting you on.
Right. Oh, no, I know. Absolutely. I should talk to the producers before I make any promises.
Well, I would think I'm good friends with Chuck Lorre because
of
what happened with Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men.
Oh, you think that's why you're good friends with him?
I should be. Like, he imploded, and then all of a sudden Ashton Kutcher came to town.
What did you have to... You didn't instigate that.
No. It was on our show where Charlie called in and started venting.
Yeah. I didn't remember that before I professed my love of this show. I might have just run that by everybody at work. I may have to go back to first take.
Yeah. Here in New York, our man cave, Jim Parsons plays Sheldon on the great show Big Bang Theory in the back row. He's an intern for the day. And a guy that we had actually reached out to be an intern, Charlie Sheen, a while ago. And somehow Charlie got lost on us. And we haven't heard from Charlie in a while. Paulie, you reach out to Charlie Sheen occasionally.
Yes, he always texts back. But I think after his last appearance on the show about 1.5 years ago and how that changed his career, I think he's putting the brakes on doing too many interviews.
All right, we just got this story sent to us. And Paulie's trying to validate this. And it has something to do with Charlie Sheen. He was living it up. He gave Zac Efron a baseball signed by Babe Ruth. So it's late night at a party at Charlie's house. It's a festive spirit there, and he gives Zac Efron a baseball signed by Babe Ruth. Now, it makes sense that Charlie would do that. He forgot about giving him this collector's item and only recently discovered. Inspecting his baseball collection, he saw the slot where the baseball that was signed by Babe Ruth used to sit, and he suddenly remembered what he had done. Apparently, that baseball is worth about $1.6 million. So Zac Efron, he asked for the ball back from Zac Efron. So, but doesn't that sound like Charlie?
It does. Remember he told us the time he was going through his shirt drawer, his T-shirt drawer, and there was a 1941 game-used Ted Williams jersey mixed in with his T-shirts?
That's when he said he knew he had too much sports memorabilia, when he was going through his sock drawer and he saw this Ted Williams jersey that was probably a couple $100,000. And he's been big on collecting this stuff. Now, apparently this is, he bought the baseball, the Babe Ruth baseball at an auction for around $1.6 million. He's also got a Babe Ruth jersey that sold for $2.7 million at an auction. So Paulie's going to see if he can get a hold of him. He's also got a 1927 World Series ring, which cost him $155,000, which was once owned by Babe Ruth. Yeah, Paulie?
The article we were reading is actually, it's 1.6 million pounds, so it's 3 million American dollars.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
3 million.
Okay, so Paulie's texting Charlie Sheen to see if that's true. You ever run into Charlie Sheen, Jim?
No. Every once in a while, when he was on the show, every once in a while you'd see it's really surprising at Warner Brothers how rarely you see people that are like next door. Even it just doesn't happen. But when 2 years ago I won the Emmy and he presented it. And it was after everything had gone to hell, as it were, and that was really odd.
But who do you see on the set? Well,
I see all of us, obviously.
Yeah.
Everybody on our show.
Any big star that just walking on the lot that you see surprised us?
I walked past Magic Johnson one day. I don't know what he was doing there. I saw John Stamos there one day. I don't know what he was doing there either. But I didn't stop and say anything.
You don't say anything?
No. I feel better about things if I can work with people. It's hard for me which is what's nice about this. To meet people through work as opposed to just. I'm not very good at glad handing.
Well, if we were going, we're going to go out to L.A. Mm-hmm. But where should we go if we want to be seen?
Nowhere I go. I live a very cloistered life.
Okay, but you know where people go who want to be seen. And
I heard you talk about like the Ivy.
Yeah, but that's too obvious. We don't want to go to the Ivy. And the Grove is another place.
The Grove is, yeah. Well, but the Grove is good, You'll have your picture taken.
I will.
Oh, yeah.
Even if I bring the Danettes?
I think especially.
Oh, okay.
Bring your entourage.
Okay. So if we come out, then you wouldn't go out.
I would go out with you.
You
with
would?
y'all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Paul.
But where's a place where if we want to look cool and not just paparazzis? Is there like a good spot?
I'm serious. You're asking the wrong guy.
Did you ever go?
I could text somebody.
Did you ever go to the bar, the Teddy?
No.
It's in the Roosevelt Hotel.
Oh yes, I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
that's fantastic.
I thought it was a wax museum.
Yeah.
Of stars, because I walked in and I go, well, that looks like Joaquin Phoenix, and then it was.
Yeah.
And then they were like, who else was in there that night? Let's see, Jonah Hill was there.
Really? I must have gone in a daytime or something.
Oh, really?
I didn't see anybody, but I did like the hotel and the bar.
Did you go for brunch there or something?
No. I think somebody took me like on a more of a tour thing, like you should see.
Oh. Well, I was told whatever goes on there stays there.
Is that right?
Yes. Like it was star-studded.
Is that the hotel where the very first Oscars took place?
I think so.
I'm right about that.
I think, but okay. I just know it was a pretty good bar. And I remember standing next to Sandler, and he goes, "Danny, this guy's going to be a star." And he says he's got 5 movies, and it was Jonah Hill. He hadn't been in anything yet.
You're kidding.
Yeah. Who was who's the brother? Blonde hair comedian. Luke Wilson. Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson was there. And I'm going back to use the bathroom, and Owen Wilson goes, "What are you doing here?" And I go, "What are you doing here?" He goes, "I don't know." And then we shook hands, and then that was it. When I come out of the bathroom, he's still standing there, and I go, "What are you doing here?" And he goes, "I don't know. What are you doing here?" And then I walked away. I never met Owen Wilson before. Haven't seen him since.
See, that's very fraternal, though. Everybody's very, I guess. Sounds like it.
It felt confrontational, though. Are you sure you work in Hollywood, though, Jim? I mean, you don't do what Hollywood stars do.
Well, no, I guess I don't in my own way. I mean, I go to work and I act. I get paid.
Yeah, but that's not fun. You don't get
It's
in trouble.
joyful for me.
You don't get in trouble.
Well,
How about a misdemeanor,
you know what?
Jim?
I don't want that anymore. That's not my desires. I think I'm old enough, Like I grew up, I was in my 20s in Houston and stuff, and I had plenty of trouble, but nobody watched and nobody cared. Thank God. And now I'm here.
Well, let's go through your trouble in Houston.
Well, no.
Oh, no? Okay. Never mind. Cory in California. Hey, Cory, welcome to the program. Best and worst, bud.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
Good, bud. What do you have?
I would say my best would actually have to be after 6 weeks watching the Raiders win a game.
Yay!
And I would have to say my worst of the weekend, well, not weekend, but worst of the day is seeing McLovin argue with you over if Jim Parsons is going to take his job.
Yeah, I got weird today, and I said to McLovin, look, are you acting like you're angry, or are you angry? Because just tell me so I can be in on it. And then he says, why don't you guess? And then I realized, okay, you were a little bit bothered by it. But Jim is not, he doesn't mean to be threatening. In fact, he seems very generous and just a fan of the show. So this is sort of his fantasy camp, to be a Danette for a day. That's all.
Doesn't seem right.
He doesn't talk to me like this when you're not listening. He's very nice until you talk to him. And you poke the bear.
It's not about Jim. It's about you.
That's what it
I
is.
just see,
That's what it is.
You're playing coy like you're not looking to replace me, but...
I'm not. Look, if I could take Jim Parsons in here, I'd take him in a second. I'm going to be honest with you.
Thank you.
But I can't
sorry.
get him in here. Okay? So you still have a job. Yes, Paulie?
It's not like we put an ad out, but Jim just kind of fell into our lap, so we can't say no.
Yeah, it was a Craigslist. I said, anybody from Big Bang Theory who would like to be a Danette for a day.
And I was the only taker.
Jim responded. All right. McLovin is turning the reins over against the grain. Jim Parsons, of course, from the Big Bang Theory, kind enough to sit in with us, Danette for a day. And this is big stuff right here, McLovin. This is being a team player. You did not sabotage Jim with something that was wrong with Against the Grain, did you?
No, just the usual natural wrong things in Against the Grain.
All right. So are you
I think they're pretty good.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to get clobbered by you, aren't I? Okay.
Okay. Seton, are you ready? Fire up the music.
Robert Griffin III is a system quarterback. However, Kirk Cousins threw for 329 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Redskins' win over the Browns. Who needs RG3? That's the definition of a system quarterback. What Adrian Peterson is doing is nothing special. NFL defenses are geared up for the pass. No one cares about stopping the run. Adrian Peterson has 8 straight 100-yard games, but they're 4-4 in the process. Your favorite, the Giants had a statement loss. Losing 34-0 is brilliant. The Falcons are clearly going to head into the playoffs cocky and blow it. Real quick.
Yes,
Here's
Jim.
my Against the Grain. In the past 5 games, Cam Newton has thrown for 10 touchdowns, thrown 0 interceptions, but nobody is talking about that because he's not having awkward post-game news conferences. Panthers have won 3 of their last 5 games. Real quick, I have a stat of the day.
Whoa.
Paulie is large and in charge and forced this upon me. I have stat of the day. In his first 6 games, Adrian Peterson averaged 83 yards a game. In his last 8 games, he's averaged 164 yards rushing a game. Okay, and while I'm at it, 5 good seconds of soccer. Manchester City beats Newcastle 3-1.
Well, you did it well. You did it
I
in 2
just
seconds.
appreciate you giving me the time.
Well, the Against the Grain, I have to say, it was pretty smooth. I really do. I think it was very smooth.
He wrote it very quickly, and which is impressive, and he allowed me to run through it once off camera as a little rehearsal.
Okay.
And that kind of preparation, that's the stuff.
Hey, it was very good.
Thank you.
It was well done, Jim. Thank you. Yes, Paulie?
Any chance Jim is too good for this show?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. I think so. You have a conscience. You have a work ethic. You care.
I do all those things.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. So you wouldn't fit in here.
But there's a good-naturedness here, even if it's unprofessional.
Do you like beer and wings?
Actually, neither.
Then you're gone.
I used to like beer and wings, but this was back in Houston again.
Once again, that's
yeah, things have changed.
Reliving that history we don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look into this one and just give 30 seconds of what you learned today.
That's so much work.
And you're clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like 10, 15 minutes.
How will I know it's on?
You're good.
Oh, I'm on.
Is that the box?
Yeah. This is my first box appearance. To go with my first appearance in the back row. Maybe one day I would sit in the front row, but honestly, it seemed there were too many buttons that I could have taken the show off the air up there, so I didn't do that. What did I learn? I learned that everybody here is as nice as they seem to be when you watch the show. The off-camera conversation is frequently more interesting than the on-camera stuff. But the on-camera stuff is really good too. I had a great time, and I would do this again as long as nobody felt threatened, and I don't think they should. I don't know what else to say. You know, this is a great place that you can only hope to contain them. En fuego. I'm out.
Whoa. No, you're good.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Will you do me a favor?
Yes.
And my daughter, who's supposed to be in school.
Did she stay home?
No. Dr. Kavar
Stop.
is they call her Sheldon in school.
Dr. Kavar.
Yeah, and so she left school so she could come home and watch this.
Dr. Kavar did?
No,
Oh, your daughter
my daughter did.
You're kidding.
Yes.
I should have mentioned her on the air.
No.
Okay.
They're good. So whatever you want to say, whatever you would say or Sheldon would say or.
Right up there in the front there?
Provided it's funny, it's insightful.
I did my. Oh yeah, that's great. By the way, I've got some
Stat of the day.
Yeah, dude.
That was great.
He did add a however to my copy. No big deal.
Wait.
Didn't read it
So
verbatim, but
Jim didn't go as scripted?
Well, I said Robert. Yeah,
He had a.
What did I mess up? Did I mess it up, really?
However.
Oh, we needed someone with a handle on it.
Yeah,